Who Dat Nation, wake up because the silence on Airline Drive is about to be shattered by the sound of cleats and the smell of destiny. We are entering the most volatile stretch of the offseason as OTAs kick off this Wednesday. This isn't just practice, it is a war for the future of our franchise. Everything we thought we knew about this roster is being challenged right now, and the stakes couldn't be higher. We are building this tribe together, so hit that subscribe button and let's reach 3,000 strong. Tell me your city below. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because the heartbeat of our offense, Alvin Kamara, is the name on everyone's lips as we head into these voluntary sessions. It would be a total shock to see Alvin Kamara walk through those doors on Wednesday, and that reality sends a shiver down the spine of every fan in New Orleans. We have spent months debating whether Alvin Kamara is entering his final chapter here, or if his legendary 10th season will be his best yet. But his expected absence creates a vacuum that could change this team forever. This is the raw truth, brothers. While Alvin Kamara sits out to protect his leverage and his health, the door is flying wide open for a new generation to prove they belong in this backfield. We are looking at a high-stakes game of musical chairs where the winner gets to stand next to Travis Etienne. Can you imagine the pressure on young guys like Devin Neal or Kendre Miller as they step onto the field knowing they are chasing the shadow of a Hall of Fame talent? It is a nightmare scenario for any coach, but an explosive opportunity for a hungry player. We have watched Alvin Kamara carry this city on his back for nearly a decade, and now we have to face the terrifying possibility of what life looks like when he isn't the primary focus. Are we ready to move on, or is Alvin Kamara still the king of New Orleans? I want you to really think about that, because the management is watching every single rep to see if someone can replicate that magic. We are talking about Devin Neal trying to snatch that RB2 spot, and it feels like a civil war is brewing in the locker room. The grit and legacy of Alvin Kamara are built into the turf at Metairie, but the future is screaming for someone to step up right now. Is it crazy to think we might have already seen the best of Alvin Kamara? The tension is rising because this backfield situation is only the beginning of the chaos surrounding the legacy of Alvin Kamara. But wait. It gets even crazier when you look at the defensive side of the ball where the pressure is just as suffocating. We are staring at a defensive backfield that looks like the scariest spot on the entire field right now. We have Kool-Aid McKinstry expected to lead, but the depth behind him is a massive question mark that keeps me up at night. On the other side, we have Quincy Riley penciled in as a starter, but where is the competition to push him to greatness? They don't want you to know how thin this secondary really is, but the truth is buried in the roster sheet. We signed Julian Blackmon to a one-year deal, and he was supposed to be a savior before that devastating injury in the opening game last year. Now he is back on a league minimum extension, and we are praying he can play a hybrid role to save our season. Does that sound like a championship plan to you? It feels like we are walking a tightrope without a net. We have draft picks like Lorenzo Styles and TJ Hall who are basically unknown quantities at this level. Then you have Martin Emerson coming over from the Browns with a history of injuries. It is a gamble of historic proportions, and if it fails, the entire defense crumbles. I am moving from pure excitement to genuine concern because we cannot afford a repeat of last year's defensive lapses. The management is betting the house on these young corners stepping up in a way that feels almost reckless. Are we watching a masterpiece or a disaster in the making? I need to see some fire from these guys during OTAs, or we are going to be in deep trouble when the real games start in September. The shadow of Alvin Kamara and the veteran leadership is fading, and we need new heroes to emerge from the darkness. Now we have to talk about the weapons surrounding our quarterback, because the battle for the WR3 position is turning into a redemption arc that we didn't see coming. If you are a Saints fan, you are probably losing your mind at the potential of this offense with Tyler Shough under center in 2026. But who is going to be that third reliable target? Devon Villay is the name that most people are circling after that trade from Denver last season. He is going to get every single opportunity to lock down that spot, but the competition is becoming a beautiful nightmare. Think about the height and the physical presence that Bryce Lance brings to the slot or the perimeter. Is he the missing piece, or just another training camp wonder? And then there is the fan favorite Jalen Polk, who has been a ghost in New Orleans since we traded for him from New England. He has been battling injuries since day one, but the word is he might finally be ready to show us why we gave up a pick for him. This is the kind of insider news that gets my blood pumping, because if Jalen Polk is healthy, he changes the entire dynamic of our passing game. We also have guys like Bub Means and Trey Palmer fighting for their lives on this roster. Trey Palmer spent most of last year on injured reserve, and he is hungry to prove that Tampa Bay made a mistake by letting him go. Even Mason Tipton is in the mix after grinding out 25 catches over the last 2 seasons. This isn't just a position battle, it is a fight for survival in a room full of killers. What happens if Jalen Polk becomes the star we envisioned? What if Devon Villay falls flat under the pressure? The structure of this team is being rebuilt brick by brick, and I am here for every second of the drama. We need someone to step up and take the pressure off Chris Olave. Seriously, I am losing my mind here thinking about the long shots who could actually make this roster, because this is where the real stories are born. Have you heard about Brock Rechsteiner or Kevin Austin lately? These guys are the ultimate underdogs, and OTAs are their only chance to prove they belong in the same room as a legend like Alvin Kamara. We even have Damian Alford coming in from the CFL to see if his game translates to the NFL speed. It is unbelievable how much talent is packed into these sessions, even if the media isn't talking about it. But let's get real for a second and talk about what actually matters versus what is just noise. We are all wondering how much our top pick Jordan Tyson is going to practice, but the Saints have already signaled that they are playing it safe. They are limiting his reps to keep him fresh for Week 1. And honestly, I love that strategy. Why break your shiny new toy in May when you need him in December? It is a smart move, even if it drives us fans crazy to wait. And let's address the Tyler Show situation, because even though he is the clear starter, there is always that nagging fear of regression after a small sample size last year. But you know what? It doesn't matter right now. If he looks like a superstar, or if he struggles with his rhythm on Wednesday, it doesn't change the reality of the season. OTAs are for building chemistry and learning the nuances of the system, not for crowning a king. We need to stay focused on the process and not get distracted by the headlines. This is about the collective grit of the New Orleans Saints. I have a theory that this team is being built to be more resilient than ever before, and that starts with the competition in these voluntary sessions. We are witnessing the birth of a new identity, and it is going to be explosive. As we wrap this up, I want you to feel the weight of this moment, because we are standing on the edge of a historic season for the New Orleans Saints. We have analyzed the uncertainty surrounding Alvin Kamara and the intense battles at wide receiver and cornerback. But the big picture is what matters. We are moving toward a future where this team isn't defined by just 1 or 2 superstars, but by the collective fire of 53 men who refuse to back down. The release of the 2026 schedule has given us the roadmap, and now it is time to do the work in the dark so we can shine in the lights of the Superdome. This is our year to silence every critic who said the Saints were fading into irrelevance. I want to see your fire in the comments below right now. Do you believe that Devin Neal can actually fill the shoes of Alvin Kamara if he doesn't show up? Are you worried about our depth at cornerback, or do you trust the coaching staff to develop these young guns into elite defenders? This is our tribe, and your voice is the heartbeat of this community. I am reading every single comment because we are in this together against the rest of the league. They want to see us fail, but they don't understand the spirit of New Orleans. We are building something special here, and I need you to be a part of it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's reach that 3,000 subscriber goal before training camp starts in July. We are the most passionate fans in the world, and it is time we show the NFL exactly what that means. The road to the championship starts on Airline Drive this Wednesday, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Keep that energy high and keep believing in the black and gold. This is more than just football, it is our life. Stay loud, stay proud, and as always, Who Dat?